Shankar, we never thought that you will become a restaurateur and join hands with Ram. Can you please take us to the story of joining hands with Ram and starting a food business, a restaurant business? What inspired you, and what is the idea behind it?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Really, this is the first time I'm having the privilege of coming to such an amazing summit and awards function. Normally, as a award function, I end up performing, you know. But this is the first time, so thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Really wonderful meeting all of you all, and I thank you. And the reason why I'm here is because of this man over here, Ramakrishnan. So let's have a loud round of applause for Ramakrishnan ji.
That's very kind of Shankar, but the reason we all are here is because of Shankar.
Okay, so to cut a long story short, you know, food and creation of food has always been my passion, Charu. It's been part of my system. My wife always tells me that I think the interest for food that you have in your life is almost equal to music, if not slightly more. Because music is something that's already taken for granted in my life. You know, music just comes by the way. But food is an untreaded path, so I always enjoy the concept of cooking, the concept of creation, the concept of, you know, creating content and also making it an experience. I always had that in mind, and as they say, if you put it out there in the universe very strongly, someone up there, he grants you the wish. The universe gives it back to you. So that's how I met Ram. I'll not talk about what he is. I mean, he's an extremely successful businessman, and he will tell about his career. But as it was God's choice that we came together and we started this venture where I wanted to open one restaurant in my life, and we have now ended up opening restaurants all over the world. The whole idea of South Indian dining is my curation in this whole scheme of things. We'll talk about our apex company called Eatopia. Ram will explain that. So among that, a restaurant called Malgudi is what I curated along with Ram and our team, where I always felt that South Indian casual eating is never an experience. I mean, though we have some fabulous restaurants serving amazing South Indian food, but most of them you can, you know, kind of categorize it among eateries. It's never a sit down, a cool, you know, chilled out experience. Otherwise, you just have your idli, vada, dosa, coffee, and you leave, you know. So, and of course, there's the other category of restaurants which are right on top, which is like, you know, dimly lit, and you have to put on your mobile phones on to read the menu card, you know, that's another category. So I always thought, and we discussed it, that we should have a restaurant which is somewhere in between, which is a very lovely, enjoyable, happy, colorful environment along with excellent food, also gives you an experience. You with families, children, you go and you experience South Indian food, but also have an evening out. So that is how Malgudi was born. Our journey so far has been, we already opened 3 restaurants in Mumbai. We already have 2 in Dubai, but we are very soon, in the next month, we're opening 3 more in Dubai and about 2-3 more in, it's going to go crazy because it's hugely successful and people just latched onto the idea. So I think we hit the bullseye.
So Ram, Shankar has touched upon just one restaurant. I got to know that you're opening a chain of restaurants, I mean various brands, various concepts. So can you please take us through the journey of Eatopia? What all is there and how are you creating it? And what is the idea behind all these restaurants and concepts? How are they different from the ones which are already there and you're planning to make a dent in the market?
So firstly, I must appreciate Shankar's humbleness to tell that I am the reason. He is the reason for whatever we all are doing. My background comes from retail. I run the world's largest souvenir photo company called as DEI. So if all you guys have ever gone to a theme park or a resort and somebody has taken a picture, you've actually paid for my breakfast or lunch at some point of time. So that's what our core business is. We operate in about 20-odd countries with about over 450-odd outlets. And when Charu told me about the Great Indian Retail Summit, I was excited because that's the base of us. Taking that to the next level was food. Food was like any other business where most of the business guys have a restaurant or two. Like Shankar said, he's a great music director, singer, and then he wanted to have one restaurant. The journey was quite similar to me. We opened one or two odd restaurants. We spotted one in Mumbai, one in Bali, where we already operate our souvenir photo business. But from there on, when COVID came in, I think one of the biggest things, and most of you probably forgot what COVID is because I don't see any of those features anymore, but that's a time when the opportunity was to either shut this 2-3 odd sporadic restaurants or take it to a different level. So, and I won't take any credit myself. The team behind me, my co-founder, Vinod, Sudesh, and a few of the others, we sat and brainstormed, and then me and Vinod came with this idea of saying that either we make it as big as DEI, or we just keep it aside. So through COVID, we held on to our 4 outlets that we had, and we thought thinking of creating this whole new food venture. And what Eatopia stands for is actually a place where we incubate and we grow brands, okay? So we have about 7 or 8 different brands that we run. Malgudi is one among them. We operate Malgudi in Dubai and Mumbai, and the plans are to go across India, across the Middle East, and Europe in the next 3 years. So Malgudi has a very long plan, okay? Even within this year itself, we're opening about 18 odd outlets totally between Dubai and between the Middle East and India. And the other brands that are now, some of them are at incubation stage. So we either incubate, nurture, or grow brands. Malgudi is at the growth phase. So we have many other brands that we own. We also run one of the most successful Indian dining restaurants in Bali called as Spice Mantra. That's another brand. We have a Pan-Asian brand called as Noah. And then we have a few of the new generation restaurants, I would call it, with health and good living in mind. We have a brand called as From Here. We have just opened our first maiden outlet in Bali, and we're seeking to open the next 2 in UAE and India. Then we have a brand called as Wander. Now we are upgrading that to another brand called as Grounded, which again comes from very, I would say, where the ingredients come from natural resources and no artificial stuff added onto it. More health-forward brand. So we are basically, Eatopia is a culmination of all of those. I think the future of food is extremely evolving in a rapid pace. Today, the average consumer today consumes more cooked food from outside than cooked food from at home. And one of the reasons is that it has evolved very drastically. Even the quality of food, the quality of restaurants, as you see, has evolved. And we are taking a bold step in accelerating that and being on the curve.
So, Shankar, like Ram just told us about the restaurant chains that you guys are running. So tell me, how are you adding that Shankar ka tadka to all the restaurants, and how are they different?
He is the main ingredient of these restaurants, so he's not just a tadka for sure.
See, I'll tell you what I'm not, okay? I'm not just a face of the restaurant, or I'm not like some brand ambassador or something, okay? For Malgudi, literally, I have curated every dish because of the passion cooking that I have. So I know how much salt is there in my chutney and how much masala is there in my sambar. So that is the kind of involvement that we have, and we've created an SOP which is across. The sambar that will taste in Borivali will be the same thing that will taste in, in Dubai. So we have the same standard operating procedure. So my tadka, as you can say, is you can see my passion in every dish. And just like, we try to, for the last 30 years, I've been composing music, and we try to create hit songs, And to create a hit song, we need different combination of notes. We need different lyrics which will catch your attention and which will stick with you. We call those hooks, lyrical hooks. Something that you will dance to, something that you will get emotional about, something that you will get inspired, something that you will connect with your family. So these are various elements that are there in music. So the same thing we are getting into food too, because food is also an emotion. Food is something that communicates with everybody. And I know for a fact that nobody is going to come and eat a bad dosa because it is Shankar Mahadevan's. Nobody's going to do. Maybe once they'll come. बाद में बोलेगा यार जाने दो उसको गाने दो यार बस हो गया. I know that very well. So what we are doing is the music element and the entertainment element and my tadka. My tadka is there purely in the food aspect to begin with. I want to prove myself along with our team that the food is great. The food, you will come. 70% of the people, correct me if I'm wrong, Ram, you know numbers better. 70% of the customers who are coming to our restaurant right now in Mumbai and in Dubai, they're all repeat customers. 70 people are repeating. So that's a great thing. So firstly, we are proving ourselves that the food is great. Then I'll get in my थोड़ा सा जो मेरे अंदर जो संगीत है उसको मैं लेके आऊँगा. The sky is the limit, you know. Music and food, they go together. So we can have wonderful, you know, musical sing-along evenings. We can have karaoke. We can create a Malgudi playlist, which is, you know, curated by Shankar Mahadevan. As it is, the music, if you come to our restaurant, the music is great because it's curated by me and my sons, Siddharth and Shivam. They've curated it. So you'll be hearing some great music anyway. But we're taking it to the next level, you know. We're going to get music into it, integrate music. We probably are going to open a channel, a YouTube channel, which is going to have food and music together. Where, you know, it's you know, cooking is like music, yaar. You have your saat sur hai, saregama padanisa, and you have your basic ingredients, raw ingredients over here. You need a couple of notes or 5 or 6 or 7 notes over there to create a combination, a composition over here in music. Over here, you need the correct amount of raw ingredients to create a beautiful dal. Here you need in the correct proportion. Here you need the correct mix. And both of them, something that you need in common is you to prepare it with a lot of love, which is there in both these. So that is a combination between music and, you know, food.
Wonderful. The way you have a passion for music, the same way you
खाली
are
बजाना है,
passionate
दिल से
about
बजाओ,
food.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
So, Shankar, tell me one thing. Being an artist, when you entered the hospitality business, what do you think was the biggest risk for you? Was it diluting your artistic identity or commercializing nostalgia? I mean, what's the idea?
No, I think for me, the biggest risk was I needed, you know, the response from our customers in a genuine way, not because a Shankar Mahadevan is associated with the Malgudi or with the restaurant. They wanted to. I want them to enjoy my mulbagal dosa or the benne dosa or the, you know, the Sri Lankan curry with idiyappam. I want them to enjoy it because it is tasty. And why it is tasty? Oh wow, Shankar has created it. Well, that is an additional thing. So the biggest risk was I wanted a positive response from them. So all we were working is quality of ingredients, absolute perfection of the preparation, the SOPs to be, and we are very, very, very particular about that. And of course, you know, customer friendliness, talking to the, you know, most of the restaurants, South Indian restaurant, you go, the waiters don't even talk properly to the customers. They are looking somewhere else and taking the order. Haan, bolo, kya chahiye, idli vada. They're looking somewhere else. You talk to the customer, you interact with them, suggest some things. Thoda sa pyar, thoda sa muskurahat, that's all we need.
But Shankar, tell me one thing. घर में तो मम्मी कहती थी बैठ के चुपचाप खाना खाओ, है ना? आप कह रहे हो नहीं मैं गाना बजाना म्यूजिक सब करूँगा और उसके साथ खाना खाओ. So what do you think is the right way to have our food? Is it like enjoying the food?
देखो चुपचाप खाना खाओ, मम्मी बोलती थी शायद तुमने मस्ती किया होगा इसके लिए, है ना? चुपचाप नहीं, खाना is a celebration. You know, when you have, see, when you come to a restaurant, you'll see that it's colorful. It's brightly lit to begin with. You know, you can see your menu card. You can see what you're eating. It's colorful, it's happy, it's a welcoming atmosphere. All our, the staff, the waiters, the managers, they all welcome you. They talk to you properly. So, you know, it is a celebration. Along with that, if you have great music, you know, you enjoy your food. I think music, food, it's all, they're all coming from the same origin.
So do you also help Ram in selecting the places, like this is the right spot where we can open the next restaurant, or are you just curating the menu?
So it's interesting. I had to literally hoodwink Shankar into this. Even today, Sangeeta sometimes complains that isko gana kam aur khana zyada yaad aa raha hai. It's high time we saw that. But to answer you, we have a very great team. We at Eatopia, we strongly empower our team members. So we have a great CEO who runs a brand, and he has a great team under him. They are the ones who look for the location, and if they are convinced, they only call us for just adding an extra vote to what they already won on. We don't go literally looking at the locations. Yes, but some basic criteria of making sure that we are in the right spot, etc. We have our small say on it. But we're very decentralized as an organization, and this is done at a very structured level. One of the biggest differences of what we're bringing into food also is that, which probably lacks in many organizations in India at least. And I know that they're coming up now and all of them are rapidly growing, but we put that. So we've empowered people, they look for great locations, then Shankar just does the magic of saying, yeah, it looks good.
Shankar, if given a chance, which other profession would you like to try? Because you just told me that you cook also, you sing also, and you're running a restaurant, businessman. What else do you want to do in life?
Bas nahi ho gaya kya? One lifetime ke liye. That's enough, yeah. That's enough. But yeah, I mean, there are so many things which I would love to do, but I think I need to do this properly now, you know, and scale it and give an experience to our customers which they'll remember. And I think, and to a certain extent, we are going on the right path.
So when you say scale it, what is the vision for you?
The man is here.
Well, I think the vision is very simple. We have to first live up to the promise that we say. We are creating value, and this is another extremely strong religion that Eatopia follows, that we are creating value first for our consumers, for our guests, then for the stakeholders, and even for our suppliers, etc. We are creating value all the way through. The vision obviously is to be one of the largest South Indian chains across the world, but not at the cost of compromising on anything that we've spoken so far. We're strongly in the value creation mode, and I think sky is the limit to do that. It's a journey.
You know, Charu, it's like creating a song now. When you're creating a song, you can't decide that, okay, now I'm going to create a hit song, okay? You have to create the song with focus and dedication and perseverance and attention and focus on the art form. And then if it becomes a hit, that's a different story. But I think that conviction and that focus has to be there. Similarly, we can't just, think about we have to create valuation, this, that. That's a byproduct. It'll automatically happen. We know for a fact. Right now, we have to focus on the quality and, precision.
Definitely. If something is done with full heart, I mean, the results do come. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today.
Thank you.
But before we close this, I would request you to, can you sing 2 lines for our audience?
Gana?
Yeah.
Mera aur gaane ka kya rishta hai? Chalo. Since all of you all are here for a purpose and all of you all have amazing goals in your career, I'll just sing 4 lines of a song which means a lot for people who have got various goals and they have to achieve. They have achieved so much. Today is an awards function, if I'm not correct. So these are all people who have achieved. So this is a song for all of you, which is written by none other than our own favorite Javed Akhtar Saab. And we did it for a film called Laksh a few years back. हाँ यही रास्ता है तेरा तूने अब जाना है हाँ यही सपना है तेरा तूने पहचाना है तुझे अब ये दिखाना है रोके तुझको आंधियां या जमीन और आसमां पाएगा जो लक्ष्य है तेरा लक्ष्य को हर हाल में पाना है भारत माता की
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shankar. Thank you, Ram, for joining us today.